Hey guys, it's Fuberdude, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Takara Encore reissue, G1 Inferno. And I decided to get Inferno because I wanted to get G1 Red Alert, but I felt like that he would be incomplete without Inferno, so I got him first just because I couldn't find an Inferno on eBay or whatever. So I'm going to be doing a review on him today. So taking a look at his fire truck mode, he actually, for a G1 toy, he's very well put together and he's very detailed. Just taking a look up close here, you can see the ladder is very nice, and I'll get into the ladder later. But if you flip this up, you can see on the inside there's a chair here where the Microman would sit, and then there's a rub symbol here. It's actually working. I don't know how well you can see that. There we go. Yep, so there's the rub symbol, and that's very cool. And then on the back here, look at the riveting there. That's just so cool. Especially for a G1 toy, it's just so realistic. And it is metal, so that makes it that much cooler. And as I said for the ladder, you can move it up, all the way up, but it does extend that far, which is so cool, I think. So putting that back in, that's very realistic. And then he does come with a few accessories that you can leave on there. I just decided to take them off just to show you where they go. This is a hose, and I really like that they include this. So there are two holes right here, and then there are two tabs on here, and that just slots right into place. And that is cool. I don't know if it's supposed to go the other way or not. No, I'm guessing not. So, putting this back on here, that's just a very cool touch. And then there's something else. I don't exactly know what this is, so if any one of you know what this is, you can tell me. But there's a tab right here and a tab right here. I don't know how well you can see that. And then there are holes on here, and it just tabs right on, and I just leave that stuff on. So that's very cool, just very good detail. So we can do a few size comparisons here. So setting him off to the side. Here he is with Classics Reveal the Shield Hot Rod. And, not a very good scale, but I believe Red Alert's about this size, might be a bit smaller, but scale wasn't really constant in G1 anyway. So, there's that. And then here is G1 Mixmaster. And we went from a little bit too big to too small. I mean, I think they should be about the same size if you want to be scale accurate. But it's not really a big gripe because G1 is classic and I can forgive it. So, there is all these size comparisons, and now we're going to get into the transformation. So what you want to do for the transformation is just kind of move this out of the way so you can see what you're doing. And the arms are tabbed into the side here. And you can untab them here. And you can see there was a post here and then there's a hole in there. So just do that to both of the arms. And then they're on a double hinge, so it rotates like that. And so you can see better. It rotates on double hinge just like so. So then what you can do is just kind of position the arms like this. So it's kind of forming the torso now. And you want to slide this whole assembly back because it hooks into place. And so you hook it back, and then you rotate this down and put the feet down. Just kind of keeping the ladder out of the way. I might have to raise my camera so you can see. But yeah, his torso is actually starting to forming now. So then what you want to do is rotating this piece, and that reveals the head. You rotate it like this, and you can see the head there. And then what you want to do is open this up so it's easier to access in there. And there are holes right here, and these just peg into there. And some of these G1 toys did have some parts forming, but I never really had a problem with it. I'm not really a huge griper about parts forming. It never really bothered me. So closing that back up, you can take this whole piece and fold it in on itself, and this just tabs in right there, and then folding the ladder down. And that's pretty much the gist of the transformation, but then you can take his hand here. He does come with two hands, but I'll just show you how to tab those into place. You just shove them into here just like that. And since this is Takara, they do have springs on the reissues. Hasbro doesn't. That's why I decided not to get that commemorative series one. But yeah, you can put him with two fists, or you can go with the cartoon look, and it does fire, so I just lost it, but I don't care. I took one of these out. They were on a tree stem, as you can see. You just shove this in there, and that is your classic Inferno look. And for its time, this has got to be one of the best toys that they made. I mean, I know Inferno wasn't really an important character, but I think he's underrated. I mean, I've always thought that he was kind of one of the cooler Autobots. I mean, he's supposed to be kind of a redneck, yeah, but I still think he's pretty cool. I just love his fire truck, and I love the red and the white. He just seems like an American dude. So, as you can see, very cool-looking robot mode. He's got a nice Autobot sticker there. And that's another thing I like about these G1 toys. You can put stickers on here. And unlike the G1 toy, he does have blue eyes. And speaking of the head sculpt, I'll go into the head sculpt. And I might have to tilt him down a bit so you can see. And I just shot something. Pretty good head sculpt. I mean, for G1, that is pretty well detailed. So, there is the head sculpt. And I just shot out his missile launcher, so I'll grab another one. And I'll plug it in. So yeah, those do fire. You want to be careful about that because you don't want to lose anything. And he does come with a gun, so you can just plug that into his hand. And I'll try to do this without firing anything. It's not the standard size for the modern toy, so you couldn't fit this gun into any of those hands, but it's still pretty good looking. So now we can do some size comparisons. So setting Inferno over there. First we have G1 Prowl. And pretty good scale. I'd say the car mode is, and actually I didn't really show that off, but that's a pretty good scale, I think, for them anyway, because Inferno was always kind of taller, and he's about Red Alert size, I believe. Here he is with Mixmaster, and that's a bit small, I think. Mixmaster should be a little bit bigger than that. Oh. I forgot to do that the past few videos. So anyway, long story short, very, very good figure. I highly recommend picking him up. He's one of the best out there, and I actually haven't gone over Articulation, so I better do that. He's very posable. Theoretically, he can go 360 degrees, but these hinder that. He does bend at the elbow. He does kind of rotate in and out, and then he kind of rotates at the wrist, I suppose. But that's it. His head doesn't move. His legs don't move. But, well, I suppose you could count this as toe wiggle. But yeah, nothing else. So that's pretty cool. Actually, you could probably rotate his head down a bit more. There we go. Now he's looking down. So I guess that's a point of articulation. But yeah, very good figure. I highly recommend picking this guy up, and I will put a link in the description below. I'll try to find a place where you can pick him up. I don't know if he's on Big Bad Toy Store, but I'll find him somewhere. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. This is Fuberduge. Please check out some of our other stop motions and some of our other reviews if you want to check out. So again, this is Fuberduge, thanking you guys for tuning in. Keep playing, guys.